what's going on, podcast listeners? Welcome back to another episode of Shoecast brought to you by Shoeware. And my name's Landon. I'm here with Chase, and today we have a special guest. We're going to be working with Clutch from Luxe Sneaker Boutique. Go ahead and say what up, man.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, so we got a fun podcast in store for you guys today. And before we get into it, courtesy of ourselves and out of a request from Lux, Sneaker Boutique from Clutch, we're gonna go ahead and partake in a moment of silence for all of you guys that you guys know what happened yesterday. The tragic loss of Kobe Bryant in the world is everything just feels a little bit off right now. I know that he personally impacted me in so many ways, and some people close to me. So the whole world is grieving together right now. So we're just gonna we'll let Clutch speak on him just for a second, and then we'll just kind of have him lead us in a moment of silence.
Yeah. Like what we were speaking before we got on the air. Like what you guys were mentioning to me. He was more bigger than basketball. He impacted a lot of people and also helped a lot of people. Now his merch and everything, like we were speaking on, it's going crazy. The NBA, hopefully they change the logo to the NBA logo to his logo because I feel
Definitely.
like he had more of an impact than the guy that's on the logo. But just not much more needed to be said. Everybody knows what he's done. So just give him a 5 second moment of silence on him. Love you, Kobe.
Yeah, will be
All
Hope he's
love
missed.
proud
Kobe
of him.
Bryant. All love Kobe Bryant.
All right, Clutch, we're gonna dive right into this. How did you get started with Lux Sneaker Boutique?
So the way I started with Sneaker Boutique, I actually was working for a dude. I was really not even into sneakers at the moment. I was a nightclub promoter, and then one of my buds, he owns the store. He actually told me to help him out because sales weren't good, and he knows I can sell. So I was like, all right, cool. And then once I started seeing the shoe for actually what the shoes were, I was like, wow, this shoe is pretty cool. The history on this is pretty cool. Um, then I was into that store working with him for probably a year, and then just kind of basically separated ourselves. He didn't see eye to eye to some things I was giving him. It was only his way or the highway. So I went to I-4.
Okay.
And then basically within a week after him letting me go, I opened up my store and basically created a team with him. So it was more of a culture shock because I was like, it's just shoes. And then once I got into it, and people were like, man, I haven't seen this shoe since I was 16. I'm like, dude, you're like 50. Like exactly. This brings back so much memories. It was just like a joy that I was bringing into people, and then also the fun part of like the sneaker drops because I feel like that's like a drug itself.
Oh man.
um, Try to get all the sneakers as much as you can. So see just basically the joy you can provide to someone in a short time and period, and then also connecting yourself like if you knew them through a shoe, you know. So that's how we opened it up at Lux. So basically, it's an experience when you come to us. We driven off sales. Obviously, that's why we're in business, but we're more driven off customer service and just the experience overall, what you get from us. We have PlayStations, Xboxes lined up. We have a big screen that we always have the sports playing. We do. We'll help other people, like if they're doing brands, if they are selling stuff, or if they're just branding themselves out. We create a hub for them, so that way they can have all their people come to our store and just buy their items, or they can actually see the store for what it is. You know, so it's more basically of a chill vibe location.
Definitely. And for those of you that have not checked out the uh, Instagram account of Lux Sneaker Boutique, definitely give it a look because I mean you just got to take one look at what their store looks like, and you can tell that they got a pretty fresh vibe going on over there, just
Yeah,
with all the sneakers and but it's not limited to sneakers, which is a cool thing because I'm a huge
yeah,
sneakerhead,
yeah.
but like you got clothes, you got suitcases, you got this, that.
Accessories, yeah, stickers. Because, like I said, I want to touch everybody. I don't want to touch the guys that only have the $400 or $500. I also want to touch the kids that got the $5,
Right.
Mm,
$10.
Mm.
I want to touch everybody else. There is going to be a facelift coming up for the store actually, so it's going to be a lot better and sleeker looking. But I'm not bad of how we started it though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, you always gotta appreciate the up and cup.
So next question is, when did you actually officially? You talked about parting ways with, one of your business partners from beforehand that got you started. When did you open your own store? Like around what time was that?
April 10th, I think it was, if I don't mistake, or if not, at the beginning of April. So it's actually about to be a whole year now.
So
Wow,
not even a year yet. How about that?
that's
Yeah,
insane.
man.
Well,
It's
congratulations,
grind,
man.
grind, grind. Big
Yeah.
time.
Yes, yes.
Like they say, be a boss. It's gonna be fun.
Uh-huh.
I don't see where the fun is at right now. It's
I'm
nothing
telling
but
you.
40 plus hours. I'm talking about 80 plus hours. Like we just put in the grind. Um, I touch all aspects of people, from highs to lows. Basically, I go to the clubs. Obviously, I'm very known there. Or I go to the schools, talk to kids, give away free Supreme box logos. I mean, we just do it all. We travel to Miami a lot. There's a huge sneaker community out there that we're trying to push out into Orlando.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, so that's what we're on to right now.
That's awesome, and I like that you're so driven on customer service because I mean, if yeah, you got to be able to understand that there is no store without customers. So I mean, why would you focus on anything else?
Exactly,
100%.
exactly. A lot of people just get too they start tasting a little bit of the money or fruit of their labor, and actually start forgetting about what's the key thing. Be human, you know.
Right.
As long as you can connect to someone, they will literally buy just because it's you
Mhm.
or what you spoke to them, instead of just, oh, it's $400. I'll find it cheaper. But if you give them a reason, like a customer service, you actually care about them and stuff like that, they would literally buy just because you told them a story or just the motivation.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, Clutch, now moving on, as you guys, a majority of what you guys sell is, hype shoes and apparel. Do you want to put on a few points on where do you guys actually get the hype shoes and your, the sweatshirts and stuff?
So the way I do it is the same way SpongeBob does with the secret recipe. I can't tell you.
Ah,
Now,
there you go.
Ah.
No, that's good. That's all good. That's all good. We like the. I mean, that's a
I'm
smart
messing with
way,
you.
man. And master never reveals his secrets.
No, no, no. I can teach you, but remember, I always put a lot of people on game. I will tell you how I get it in a moment, but I put a lot of people on game. At the end of the day, I do want to see everybody win. I never want to outshine someone,
Right.
because at the end of the day, that could be their thing. You could set up a LeBron, for instance, even though basketball is touchy right now. But I don't know if I could be the next person next to me could be the next 2J Kicks. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
You
exactly.
never can hold down the game. At the end of the day, that actually shows selfishness, and I'm selflessness. I actually give out every information I could to anybody that wants to resell,
Right.
which is funny. But yeah, we just literally we do bots. Obviously, we show up to sneaker events, try to be like J2 Kicks and be like 100,000 here. No, but chill. But yeah, we try to go to events or sneaker drops. We have an actual team that literally only works for sneaker drops. But we'll just have them literally go out to the malls. We'll deposit some money into their accounts, or we'll have them go ahead and basically give them the cash. We'll pay them for the day, and then they would go ahead and try to get all the sneakers that we have on a list that we're targeting for. Um, but yeah, that would be one aspect of getting the sneakers. But mostly it's like bots, obviously, if you guys know about that, or just basically resellers. We do a lot of consignment at our store.
Mhm.
So basically, we give the chances to other resellers that actually want or have the good pairs that we want. And instead of paying the high prices, we'll be like, hey, bro, just come and bring it to the store. Start getting your foot wet at the store so you can start bringing more items. So that's our little secret. Basically, we have a lot of consignment items, and then we have a team that actually goes out and gets it, and then also our box.
Right. And like, for us, we can definitely relate to that because you touched earlier about how, the rush, the high that you get on those sneaker drop days. Because right
Uh,
now, on a smaller scale, we do the same thing. Like whether it be, last year I copped the Travis Scotts and flipped them for $1,000 in one day.
yeah, that's a
Like whenever you get that profit and you get that taste of it, man, it just doesn't go away.
now you just want to be like, where can I get over Travis Scott's? Where can I get
Hmm.
this?
Right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
it's a
because
drive.
we've touched in all that. Like I remember whenever we were first getting started last year, Chase actually drove up to where was it, Orlando?
Yeah, I drove up
He
to
drove up
Orlando.
to Orlando and waited in line to get the Post Malone Crocs, and we actually flipped those two for like 200 or something like that. So
Really?
Yeah.
yes,
Mhm.
yep.
Some Crocs?
I'm not
Yeah.
playing, man. Post Malone
Y'all
Crocs.
better than
Don't
me.
sleep. Don't sleep on them.
No.
Don't sleep on them.
Yeah, but I'm trying to actually establish now. This year coming up, and everything God's name, I'll be able to travel out to other cities. Start doing the sneaker con video like everybody does. But basically, try to connect to a lot of resellers. We do actually have our resale consignment fee around 8 to 10%. So a lot of people actually make really good money from us. But we just try to connect it so that way the inventory is outrageous and we have priority of it. You know,
Right.
so that's what we're really working on to doing next is basically reaching out to our locals and then from locals state to state and the big stores.
Right. So kind of going with that. So what would you say some of the since you I mean you've only been in your own store less than a year right now. So what would you say that you've established or recognized as some of the biggest difficulties of running a sneaker boutique?
It's actually it's gonna be funny. Instagram. Um,
Really?
that I'm just gonna throw like the big points and then break it down a little.
Yeah, no
So
problem.
Instagram, also your books. If you didn't go to college, if you don't know nothing about that, that's brutal. Um, also, what can I say? Keeping the store not fresh in a sense if nothing is getting dropped. So basically, so with the Instagram, you have to post once you wake up, once but right before you go to sleep, and throughout the whole time in between.
Hmm.
The reason why is you have a lot of other people selling their stuff, right? So you basically want to push it out. The more the other store pushes, the least you have people coming through your doors. You know, unless you have like a really good brand recognition where people know, oh, Lux, go to Lux, and that's how you get out to the streets and stuff like that. If you don't aren't publicly out or doing stuff, Instagram is a good way, and Instagram is a bad way. Another thing is, um, what was I saying? The books. So let's say you literally don't know nothing. You don't know how to do spreadsheet, Excel, or nothing like that. You would never know how much money you're really making. Because obviously we're all sneakerheads or resellers, if you want to say, and you go ahead and flip, you buy $5,000 worth of shoes, and that's a light day, right? And then you go and sell five of those $5,000 shoes, you go ahead and take five of those and then reflip it into more sneakers, you're gonna be like, wait, what happened to this money? Or how much did I spend and how much did I make? That's probably one of the hardest things. Is always keeping up with your books, understanding where's your money going, um, just basically seeing if there's a loss or a gain profit wise. That's really key. Because at the beginning, I was just doing it like if it was me doing it at home when I first started. And I was like, oh, let's do it like this. And then at the end of the month, I'm like, oh, wait, it's time to pay rent. Wait, where's all the money?
Right.
So,
Yeah, it's all in
yeah,
shoes.
yeah, exactly. So we
Yeah.
started like learning how to do that. Um, and then what was the other one I said? Oh, keeping the store fresh. So basically, you have a lot of locals come back to the store and they'll literally be like, what's new? And since nothing's dropped, you're gonna be like, I just got these old pair of sneakers that dropped. And they're like, we don't want old shoes, we want new stuff.
Right.
So it's hard to keep up to what customers want.
Hmm.
But like again, that customer service once it kicks in, you're gonna be fine. You know.
Right. And to play off that, I actually have two things I want to ask you, just run off you real quick. So I've actually, touching on, the appearance of the store and just the way it looks. I've worked a few smaller jobs at a few like sneaker stores and stuff like that. And something they really predicate themselves on is, you know, even if you're not getting a bunch of new stuff, you try and, switch sections around so the store at least appears different.
Hey,
So
agree.
do
Yep,
you agree with that, or do you think,
that's
keep things on
very key.
very
No,
key?
that is
Okay.
key. That's what I do. Because some shirts, because I sell shirts, pants, everything like that. They can be hitting in the back, and people are like always in a rush, especially in a hype store. I know I am when I'm buying. You glance over the quick stuff, you be like, there's nothing here. But then once you flip it, put the stuff that was in the front in the back, and the stuff that was in the back in the front, people be
Right.
like, oh, when did this come in?
Yeah.
I don't like to lie, but I just be like, oh, that came in today. You know,
Hey, stretching the
that makes
truth.
them like, yeah, that makes them like want to actually like purchase it right now. You know,
Right.
Right.
Right. 100%. Yeah, I like that. I like that take, for sure. So I guess the next thing that we would ask is, what do you feel like, obviously we've already touched on it before that, you're, pretty new along this journey, but what would you say so far your greatest achievement with running a sneaker boutique has been?
The greatest, to be honest with you, it's just so much. To
I
be
would
honest,
feel like
so
getting that store because that's something that we talk about. Like when me and Chase want to open up our warehouse. I feel like signing the lease, getting that your own personal store, like that had to
yeah,
be
that is the best feeling.
right.
To be honest with you, when you actually have a store and it's actually empty, and you
Hmm.
just look at it. But in your head, I don't know. I'm a visionary guy. I can see everything in my head.
Hmm.
Once I got the keys and opened the store, I literally locked myself in. Obviously, I prayed and I thanked everything. I was like, wow, I'm actually doing this.
Hmm.
And then I already had the vision of my store out laid out into the thing, and I'm like, wow, I can't wait to do this.
From the
Right.
ground
Literally
up,
went to Home
right,
Yeah.
man?
Depot, started painted. The same day I got the keys, and then the landlord was like, "You're not gonna wait until." I was like, "Nah, nah, it's just it needs to happen now. I'm excited, you know."
Yeah.
Yep, we
Yeah.
got 24
But
hours
another
in the day.
big,
We got to use them.
yeah, the biggest accomplishment was, or at least was, it was a huge transaction, just based off literally customer service. There was this guy here. It's funny because a lot of people always mention this. Never judges books by its cover, right? This dude came in. He looked little off in regards to his clothes, being that he was talking so much hype, but he didn't have much on.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, this dude, he just tried. He knows his stuff. He's not gonna buy. Let me just treat him good though, so he can come back. So I did. I gave it to him. We were joking around. Literally went downstairs because I was like, "Yo, bro, are you hungry?" He was like, "Actually, I could eat, but I'm gonna wait until I get home." And I was like, "No, no, don't worry about it. Lunch is all me." Literally took him downstairs. There's a burger spot downstairs in St. Plaza. Took him. We ate, chopped it up, came back upstairs. He had a $10,000 transaction on me. I
That is
was like,
crazy.
"Bro,
That's
what?
insane.
Serious? Why did you
Um,
pay for my lunch?" No, I'm just
Oh, that's what I'm saying, man. That's whenever you really start to, recognize how key customer service is because, you think about it, there's a lot of money out there. Like people got money. So if it's going to come
yeah,
down to, everyone selling the same product, I mean, me personally, I don't have those connections with people to where I'm going to be like, I'm going to buy from them. But if I did and I had the money, then I'm going to go to my plug. I'm going to go to my source that I have a relationship with because it's essentially you're feeding into those small local stores because it kicks back into your community. It's kind of that same sense right there that if you have a connection and a relationship with someone, then you're gonna go to them first, and money's not really
yeah,
an issue.
exactly,
Wow. That's
exactly.
insane. $10,000 out
ten
of
thousand
nowhere?
bucks, man.
What?
Bro, when I tell you, I had to call my bank to make sure it was not fraud or anything.
Aha.
They're like, no, his card is good. Just make sure you copy, take a picture of his uh, card ID and his ID. And I was like, okay, cool. They were like, once you scan it and have it in, you're good. If they ever
Wow.
call to like cancel it, you have all that information. And I was like, all right. And then the guy's like, bro, don't worry about it. You can do what you got to do, but I will be back. So he does come back. He averages a good amount of money when he comes, not the 10,000, but
Right.
he's still not far from it. But it's like he gets hype stuff though. I'm not gonna lie. Red Octobers he got from me. Like he got a
Wow.
couple of good stuff. So
Hmm.
yeah.
That's dope. All right, so moving on. As someone, I know that you mentioned that you consign with other people that get the shoes. Um, as someone, I'm sure you're gonna have to deal with some fakes. How would you authenticate your sneakers and your apparel?
Yeah, so I do have someone for that authenticates it. And then there's another shop that we're pretty cool in regards to if he feels iffy about stuff, he wants a second opinion, which never hurts. He'll bring it to me, or if I have an iffy question, if my guy literally is like, "Oh, I don't know. It feels real, looks real. I just don't know about it." So I'm like, all right, go take it to seven. And he'll go take it to him. He'll verify it for us. If he says, I don't know, then I'll be like, then I'm not taking the risk
Right.
because I don't want to sell someone a $400 item or 300, 200. It doesn't even matter. Just a dollar amount when it's not an authentic item.
Yeah,
Because
you
then
because
that
you don't want to create that narrative that oh hey this store has sold fake stuff before. Like
correct.
you can't you
And it's
can't
not even
erase
it's
that
not even
narrative.
that. It's just like I respect people hard earning money. You
Hmm.
know,
Right.
I have to wake up today early as I do and try to bust my butt, try to get to what I want. So I understand people that have a regular job have to work even harder to get the less amount of money that they want. So I want to make sure their dollars are spent right, especially on a real item. You know? That to me makes me happy to see a customer be like, "Oh yes, I got this," and then they end up finding out it's fake. That kills it. There's no
Oh
point
yeah,
for it.
yeah, yeah. They'll never come
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Absolutely. So
Yeah, but yeah, we authenticate it. We keep it in the store for 24 to 48 hours, depending if my boy's in. Then he would basically authenticate it for me. If it's all legit and everything's legit, we're good to go. There's nothing to hide. We'll call you, and then I'll have to call you to come into the store, or I can send you an email form of the consignment fee sheet. Then you would just go ahead and put in your information, sign it, and then send it to me. And then your item is set to go to sell that same moment once I get that paperwork.
very cool. So there's actually probably a lot of people that are going to listen to this that don't really either fully understand what a sneaker boutique is or how it works. So I guess this question is: do you, as a sneaker boutique, would you buy shoes from someone that walks in and shows them to you, or if you do, what is that process like, or is that not something that you're really open up to right
Oh no, no, I'm open up into all aspects of the business. So yeah, even buying is something key. I build relationships to people, especially those people selling are basically the guys that you want on your team. So basically, if someone wants to come in, like for example, I will be opening up in the next 30 minutes. So if someone wants to come in, right, and I'm not there, my boy would literally, his name is Brian. He's also one of my partners into it. He would go ahead and check it. He would take a picture, put it in, and then if it's worth for us to purchase it with a good price and it's dead stock, which is brand new, then we will go ahead and buy it. Now, if we're gonna buy it and it has no retail value, we're actually being kind. You get what I'm saying?
now? Right.
Yeah.
To just kind of just get it, just get you in our fan base, keep it moving. But yeah, what happens is you come in, we'll ask you for your price on the shoe that you're trying to sell it. We'll then check if it's legit right there and then. Once we do check if it's legit, then we basically go off of your price. But I always tell this to them: hey, buddy, you can give me a price of whatever you want, okay? But just remind you that I have to keep the lights on and the doors open. So the price can't
Right.
be as if you were to sell it here at the store.
Right.
You got to give me a little wiggle room.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, normally it's never a hard process because people really understand. Like, yeah, you do have to make your money. Yeah, you know what? I bought Travis Scott Air Force Ones, the Cactus Jacks with all the colors of the fabric.
Right.
I bought them size 4. I bought it for $375. I think that was a steal. Um, but yeah, the guy came in. He was like, "Hey, bud, I just need some money. What can you shoot me?" I was like, "I don't want to shoot you in the leg because I'm gonna tell you retail, but just give me a regular number that you would want." He was like 400. I was like, "Bet, perfect." He was like, "Matter of fact, give me 375 and take care of me when I come into the store to buy." I was like, "Done deal, done deal."
There you go.
So yeah, so we buy. We have a limit of how much we spend in the store because then again, you don't want everybody to know that you're always buying because then
You
you're
can have
literally
people lined
working
up just trying to sell shoes to you.
exactly. You're literally working to just buy shoes and you're not making no profit.
Right.
I know round two, they actually stopped buying at 11 o'clock. We stopped buying around 3 to make the people desperately come into the store to hurry up and get it before 3 o'clock.
Right. And
Um,
just to
but yeah,
run back on something you mentioned earlier, you talked about checking the condition of the shoe, making sure it's dead stock. So is that meaning that if you have a damaged box or no box at all, then you're automatically turned off to buying the shoe?
no, no, no. I would buy it, but your price would be having to be dropped a lot.
Oh yeah,
Right.
for
If
sure.
it's
Yeah.
authenticated and it's legit, I mean, anything missing, it would be also missing off the price.
Mhm.
I
Exactly.
can't go ahead and give you the top dollar that you want, but I can't get the full top product that I want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
There has to give fair. So,
So
but
now,
yeah, I would,
right. So now, for the few that you have, walked into your store, what was the craziest shoe that you've seen that someone offered to, that you've bought?
Or just in general. Or
Yeah.
just in general. What's the craziest shoe
no,
that you
just
have
in
had in your
general,
store?
yeah. So I had this dude. He lives in Windermere. Um, Windermere is a pretty good area. All the Orlando Magic players, a lot of them live out in that area, so it's a pretty good, tax bracket area.
Right.
Some dude came in with the mags, automatic lacing ones. Not the.
What? No
He was
way.
like, "Hey, bro,
On
I love
feet?
what you're doing here, huh?"
On feet, or like he was trying to sell?
Oh no, for sale.
Oh.
Oh.
He was trying to sell them to me. Too bad my credit limit wasn't high enough.
Right, man. Those shoes
um,
are through the roof.
yeah, so I was like, "Oh, what's up, bro? Why did you bring that box here?" Because he knew I knew what the box looked like. So I was like, "Why do you have that box here?" He's like, "Isn't this a hype store?" I was like, "Yeah. Unless you're gonna consign them, no, thank you." He was like, "Oh, I was just about to work a deal for you." So he showed up to me dead stock. I mean, the thing was brand new,
Wow,
and
gosh.
I was like, "So how much are you offering to sell them? Because you said you were gonna give me a deal." He was like, "Oh yeah, I'll just take like 30,000." I was like,
Oh my gosh.
"Bro, yeah, that is a steal. That is a steal." And I was like, bro, to be honest with you, I only have 2 months open. I probably have that in the account. I can't take all of that just for that shoe.
Right. Oh,
That's
that's
way
so
too much
annoying.
of a risk. Yeah,
Right.
that's been there. Yeah, I've had what else have I had in the store? Oh, I had Allen Iverson sample shoes in the store. I
Wow.
mean, I had a couple sample shoes at the store, but yeah, that would I would say the craziest one, the bag.
That's insane. That's so cool.
I mean,
I
I don't know
can't
what
imagine.
size,
I just want to see those shoes like in hand. I think that that would be
bro.
enough for me. I just want to look at them.
For that shoe, for that time that they built it, man, out of the league. It doesn't even compare to any of the shoes here now.
Yeah.
That are being released. Like the quality,
Insane.
the thought of the idea, the creativity. It's just crazy.
Right. That's crazy.
So, um, you know, as being a sneaker boutique, what do you think, as you just kind of starting out, so, but in the long run, as you kind of see the hype streetwear industry, where do you see it coming in, in the few years, 5, 10 years from now?
I feel like there would be a lot more sneaker boutiques popping up everywhere.
Hmm.
It's a huge, fast growing industry. I mean, I have one of my best consigners. He's 7 years old. So imagine when that kid is 15.
Wow.
He's gonna be a boss. He's gonna be a guy ahead of the game. Opening up a shop. I see the game literally Foot Locker and Champs and stuff like that. If it's not for retail, I don't feel like not throwing dirt on their name. I don't like doing that, but I don't feel like they would do as well in regards to hypers or regular customers because the sneaker game is taking another direction. Um, it's just hype, hype, hype. A lot of Yeezys are being sold, but I feel like Jordan is picking up again
Hmm.
because the Yeezys are dropping so much of them, but everybody's like, you can get them anywhere. Um,
Right.
but yeah, I just see like the game evolving very crazy. I see a lot of stores should be opening up within the next 5 years. Um, I feel like I will be opening up one in Tampa, well, all over Florida. To be honest, I plan to open up three here in Florida and then branching out of Florida because the population of the demand is huge.
Hmm.
You can't just have one store and feed a lot of people. You would have to have them all over the place, unless you obviously have an online store, which I do. But that's more of an international crowd.
Right.
But yeah, it's just a growing, huge, huge growing demand.
Right. That's what me and Chase talk about that all the time. We're just saying like, as we sit down and we do what we do, we're like, this is the golden age to be in the sneaker
Yeah,
industry. Like there's never been a better
yeah,
time to be dealing with shoes than the time
dude,
that
than
we're in
right
right
now,
now.
and it's a better time to open up a store or at least an online store than right now because of the fact that everybody's just jumping onto it. A lot of people are gonna open up stores, but it's very, very, very hard to maintain it open
Oh yeah.
because you will have months where it is bad, and then you'll have another month that it's even worse, and then it's hard to keep up if you don't have the finances backed up, or if you don't have the right inventory and marketing behind it. Businesses like I've seen like a couple of businesses around us that we actually wanted to like blow up, like hurry up, get going, get going, at least get up to our level, so that way the community, that sneaker community in Orlando starts to grow. Meaning you'll start making money, and we'll start making more money on our end
Right.
because there's a lot of money to be made. You can't
Oh
be
yeah.
greedy. Yeah, there's way too much money. So as more sneaker stores open, the more potential every other store around is going to feed off
And I find
because
it
then that
interesting that you mentioned the online part because you just have to face the facts. We also live in a society right now that has probably never been. I don't want to say lazy to a point, but like people are more willing to buy online and not go to store than ever before.
You could say lazy, capital all letters.
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm just saying, like, people are
I know
so
your
willing to
listeners
just
are
buy
laughing
online.
It's
like, yeah,
convenient, you
that's
know.
yeah. There you go. That's a nicer word to say it.
Convenient. That's the
Yeah,
It's
word.
more
We're scratching
convenient.
lazy from the podcast, and we're going with convenient.
convenient.
Yeah, scratch.
We'll edit that out.
Basically, it's very hard with the online. In regards to if you're starting up with the online, um, the banks or the merchant that you use, they would like flag almost all your sales. We had a sale going out to Dubai. It was like for $2,000. It was like two pair of sneakers, and they literally flagged it. And I'm like, what? I need that money. And then they're like, yeah, this customer buys and then cancels the order and then tries to refund their money. So that's one huge issue online. People always try to find a way to get stuff for free, even though they
Right.
bought it. They want to refund their money. But yeah, the online it's crazy. You're reaching out to international. People will literally call you and be like, "Hey, look, I just saw the shoe online." I'm like, "Cool, pull up." They're like, "I'm out here in Australia. How am I gonna
Oh my
pull up?"
God, cross the water,
Let
right?
me,
Get in a boat.
yeah, let me
Yeah,
go get a boat.
but you can actually you can work around your online store. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and do PayPal. Or do you have any other form of payment that we could do that would secure me and it would secure you?
Hmm.
So yeah, we do that. We tend to tell a lot of our people that go online, they'll send all their invoices in, and then we'll literally ask for their phone number because we're gonna call them and be like, hey, how you doing? Da da da. Get some more info on them. Once we do, then we'll just continue with the process to see if we can find it easier for them to do it rather than the online. Even though how funny that sounds, but it's just they flag it a lot online. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Right, and actually playing off of what you were talking about, with just some of the online sales and how that kind of happens, it reminds me of two stories that we actually had happen to us. You talking about people trying to get free money and stuff like that. We did have one time where we sold a pair of shoes, and the shoes got delivered, everything was checking out, and then all of a sudden we got a notification saying, "Hey, I opened up this I opened up this box, and there were no shoes inside." Like, you shipped
Yeah.
me an empty
Oh.
box, and we're like, come on now, like, you know, oh
Yeah.
yeah, we ship out a lot of shoes, but I promise you, I've never put a box together with nothing inside of it, and
Nothing.
then decided to
Come
ship
on.
that out. Like, there's
Yeah.
no way. So there was some type
Yeah.
of foul play in between, when the shoes were here and when the box got to you. That
Yeah,
happened to us once.
that online thing is a little funny. I mean, you have to have it because
Yeah.
obviously the world's turning into it. It's
Right.
turning all online.
Mm.
But it's just you got to be very precautious. You have to like before I ship shoes out or before anybody on my team ships shoes out. I always tell them take pictures of everything. Literally, if you want, take a picture as you're grabbing the shoe, putting it in the box, closing the box, putting it in the box. Because then what happens is you have all that footage to then back it up to when that person wants to flag that sale and be like, oh, they sent me fake shoes. Oh, they sent me this or they sent me that. You have all that evidence, even the receipts, even when you shipped it out. Because when you ship out the shoes, FedEx, UPS, or anything like that would have to weigh the shoe, right? That would be
Hmm.
on the receipt.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you take a picture of the receipt and you're like, oh, the shoe is empty. But why is it showing that it's weighing 5 pounds? That's a
Right.
heavy empty box.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
And the other thing that
yeah, that's
happened to us was, I think it's more important now to be sure that whenever you're selling hype shoes online, that you find some way to get some form of insurance on those shoes, just for security. Because we also shipped off, I remember we shipped off some Yeezys that were going just straight way overseas. I don't even
Yeah.
remember where it was at, and
China, I think.
the package got lost in the mail somehow, and we did not have insurance on it, and we only got like
gone.
we got a partial refund. But I mean, whenever you're talking about Yeezys, you're talking about north of $200 at least every time. So I
Way
think we
more,
got
yeah.
like $100
Way more.
back out of it, maybe, or something like that. So
Yeah, we lost money
we
on that one.
definitely lost money on that one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's part of business. You're gonna lose ups and downs. You just got to take that hit on the chin and keep it moving. But yeah, you have to. That's definitely. Like in the store, even with consignor shoes, there's actually retail price insurance. Um, but on our end, it's a resale value. So all of our shoes, well, we have $1 million policy in our store. So that way, all the consigners feel like they're safe with the shoes, leaving them overnight. Anything happens, building burns, God forbid, all that is covered. Once we send it out in shipping regards, we keep it up to the base price that it was sold. That's an insurance company that literally works so great. They always call us and be like, "Hey, anything's been happening with you guys? You guys are okay? Everything's been good? I'm like, do you want us just to call it claim?
Yeah.
Like, do you want to file a claim or something? But nah, you always want to have everything insured because at the end of the day, this world is a cold world, and
Hmm.
someone's always looking up to get on someone.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
actually, so that almost wraps up our podcast here. We do have one final question for you. This will be more of a personal question. So, what would you say your all-time favorite pair of sneakers is?
You can't do this.
That's
Well, we
tough.
have
I know
to, man. Hey,
you can give us one, or you can give us one of your favorites, or do you even own your favorite pair of sneakers? Because I know for me, like I don't own my favorite current hype pair of sneakers, but do you have that in your disposal, or are you
It's just
still working
so
towards it?
much. You got the Red Octobers. You have the bags.
you gotta come out clutch. Come on, clutch.
Come on now, you got
But
to
to
give
be
the people
honest with
what they
you,
want.
yeah, to be honest with you, straightforward, I would think they would have to be the Chicago Off White ones. Obviously, I'm a huge Jordan fan. So the Chicago Off White Jordan ones, I'd say those would have to be mine. I mean, those are pretty like basic sneaker hype shoes, even
Yeah,
though they're
mine's
Yeah.
expensive.
actually the UNC off whites is my hype sneaker.
Yeah,
Can't wait.
yeah, because the colors pop on those.
Yeah,
But
Right.
the
they're
reason why I say
crazy.
Chicago is because like it has that shoe alone, the Chicago one, have a history on them. That obviously Jordan, it's his first shoe, and everything he did to that shoe, like in regards to playing, that, and then also with the fashion style touch to it, it gives it more of a pop to it. You know, I feel like
Yeah.
if you had that
100%.
Chicago off white on, a lot of people be like, damn, that dude got money.
That's for sure. Facts. Facts.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to talk to, say or shout out your,
Yeah. Our Instagram is LUXE underscore sneaker boutique underscore. You can follow us there. We have a sneaker event February 9th. It's a Sunday from 12 to 7. If you're trying to resell your shoes there, you could. The entrance is only $15. Table vendors, we're almost sold out. But if you do, it's at $50. But I actually wanted to give this out, just a quick motivation out there. Just know that if you have a dream or if you have something that you always wanted to do, no matter what position you're in now, that's only for today. It does not count for tomorrow. As long as you're putting in for tomorrow, just know tomorrow will become today. You know?
That's right.
So just make sure you love what you love to do and just always be positive.
We
That's right.
appreciate
And
that.
yeah, playing off that, shouts to Kobe Bryant. Yeah, we all got the same 24 hours in the day to do something with. So,
Yes,
there's
sir.
no, we all got the same 24 hours. So take advantage of it. What you got, what you do with your time is going to, reflect how successful you are in life.
Oh, facts. Facts.
Yeah.
100%.
Facts.
You guys are located in Orlando, right? Orlando, Florida.
Yeah. Orlando, Florida, 6504 Carrier, Carrier Drive. We're in international, literally on International Drive. So we have fun things to do after you leave our store. There's like the fling shot that everybody kind of knows about in Florida. We have go karts right in front of us. Um, we have everything, literally.
Great.
So
Very
yeah,
cool.
just pull
Yeah.
up. Mention you heard us from the podcast, and I'll definitely take care of you guys at the store. And just give you guys like a little nice discount or something for free, just because you guys listen to the podcast.
Yeah, no problem. We'll definitely have all that stuff in the description below. But that was it. Clutch, thank you. We appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of
Thank you.
course.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
guys for
much.
having me.
And yeah, we'll definitely keep in touch. And well, maybe because we're located in Clearwater area, so maybe the next time that we're in Orlando, we'll have to come
Yeah,
by.
we'll swing by for
Or
sure. Definitely.
vice versa. I'll go hang out with you guys, have lunch on
Yeah.
me.
Absolutely, man. We'd love to. But and yeah, just to piggyback off that, we appreciate you coming on. It's been great. Always love doing stuff like this. And like Chase said, we'll be sure to plug all of the Luxe Sneaker Boutique socials
Yeah,
below, so you
so
guys can reach out to him. I'm sure he's, if you want to get in contact with him, you can always probably shoot him a DM. I'm sure he's open to responding to those.
you can call me.
And
Literally, my phone's connected to the store phone. So if
there you
you
go.
want to really reach out to me, have any questions or concerns or anything like that, just call the store. I'll literally pick up and we can have a one-on-one chat.
You heard it, man.
There you
This
go.
guy predicated on
Customer
customer service,
service.
so you
Yeah.
know what you're getting with him.
Hmm.
So yeah, nothing
Yeah.
to worry about there. All right, that's
So
gonna actually conclude another episode for Shoecast. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching with us.